Homeland Housewares.
Chill out. Chill out there, Mick and Mimi.
Ready to drink in just 7 seconds. Out here in the middle of the lake. What if you could make fresh, delicious salsa from scratch? Done in just 3 seconds at your favorite campsite in the middle of the woods. What if you could create healthy, fresh fruit smoothies for the kids?
Getting the levels right, guys.
All in just 9 seconds, right here on the beach. Now you can with the all-new Bullet to Go. That's right, the original Magic Bullet, the world's favorite kitchen appliance, has just gotten even better. We've cut the cord, added a powerful battery pack, creating the all-new Magic Bullet to Go. The one and only completely portable, cordless Magic Bullet that goes wherever you go. So now you can do any job.
Are these levels okay? Can you hear me?
Anywhere. Whether you're right at home in your own
Checkity
backyard,
one. Checkity one,
tailgating
two.
at a local football game, or out in the middle of nowhere. Thanks to this long-lasting rechargeable battery-operated power base, the cordless Bullet
You know I
to
love
Go
Magic
is
Bullet,
free to
y'all.
go wherever you need it. So now you can do small, everyday jobs like chopping garlic or onions without the sticky, smelly mess in just 3 seconds, right at the barbecue. Or grind whole coffee beans,
Nope,
coarse
what the
or
heck?
fine, in just
What
4
just happened?
seconds. For fresh ground coffee right at the campsite. Each charge of the Bullet to Go's heavy-duty batteries lasts for 50
Well, that's
uses or
interesting.
more. Enough for an entire weekend's worth of fun. Best of all, the power-based battery pack is completely rechargeable, so it's always
What's
ready
happened?
when you need it. The Magic Bullet to Go is ideal for the office, and it's the
There
perfect
we go.
addition to RVs, campers, and boats. And of
Sorry, I'm having
course,
some
with
trouble,
these
y'all.
self-blending party mugs, the Bullet to Go becomes the ultimate portable party machine. So making a different frozen cocktail for everybody is easy, wherever your party takes you. It's like getting a cordless blender, a cordless coffee grinder, a cordless mixer, a cordless smoothie machine, a cordless food processor, and more, all in one. Now join Mick and Mimi to find out how you can do any job in 10 Bullet to Go travel bag, a $50 value, absolutely free. Details just ahead.
Hey, where were you guys?
We got up early this morning and we hiked up that mountain over there.
Oh, and that one too.
And man, am I getting hungry. You fancy a
You guys are liars.
Absolutely. In for a fresh fruit smoothie.
What are you gonna make a smoothie with? Your Magic Bullet?
As a matter of fact, Berman, guess what?
Berman.
I am.
We're in the middle of the woods. Where are you gonna plug that thing in?
Okay, who wants what? I've got bananas. I've got all kinds of berries.
Hey, Mick, I think you're gonna have a problem.
No problem at all. You know what? We got some protein powder here as well. You can have a protein shake if you like.
I don't understand. That's an electrical appliance.
Just let them go.
Strawberry banana, I guess,
If
but...
protein banana is what you want, Barney,
I don't know who that guy is. He is a nice addition to the Magic Bullet crew.
piece of banana. You wanted a protein shake?
You're gonna have a major problem, huh?
Sure, Mick.
What do they gotta do?
And then I'm going to add orange juice. And then I'm going to put in there a handful of ice. And then I'm going to pop on the blade, give it a quick spin, and then
And then what?
all it takes is 1, 2,
Okay. Does that sound...
4, 5.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about the sound, you guys, because I'm having some trouble
Take
hearing
a look
this.
at this. You've got a delicious
Checkity one.
berry smoothie. What about
Checkity
that?
two.
That is magic.
It's the Magic Bullet.
Is that alright?
Only better.
That's right. It's the Magic Bullet to go.
It's
it-
the Magic Bullet
okay,
that you
okay.
can use.
Just tell me if it's too
absolutely
quiet. I can
anywhere.
crank that, or I can
Because
turn it down.
See this
You know.
thing at the bottom? This is a heavy-duty.
I was just sort of
rechargeable battery pack.
So now you
It's just sort of letting people file in, you know. Well, I've got the Destiny video pulled up. It's an hour long. So, we're going to be getting into the whole thing. The whole thing. But let's watch some Magic Bullet real quick. Let's let some people come on down. And yes, Jade and Amberlynn's relationship should be questioned more. It is very sus.
you can do any job
Anywhere.
in 10 seconds or less.
So that means you can have a mixed berry smoothie right here.
How are we doing?
There you go, Barney. Now, what about a fancy omelette by the campsite?
What would you like in your omelet, Dino?
He likes a Denver omelet.
Okay, well then I'm going to start with a couple of eggs, some ham, a little bit of onion.
Yes, onion's fine.
Okay, great. And then we're going to put in some tomatoes.
Who's this simp over here?
Yeah, jeez. I thought so. Okay, now I'm just gonna twist on the blade and watch this, you guys. In just 3 seconds, I'm chopping the ham and veggies, I'm grating the cheese, and I'm whipping the eggs. And just like that, the machine that just made a wonderful smoothie for Barney out here in the woods has now made a Denver omelet for you, Dino. Now I'm just gonna pop this on the camp stove.
At this
cook for a
point,
couple minutes, and we're
wouldn't
good
you
to
just
go.
want to like a cabin?
Decent cup of coffee.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna
It
grab
seems
some of
like
these
you would
fresh
just
coffee beans
have
here,
like a cabin or something at this point.
and twist on the blade. And watch this, you guys. Now your cordless food processor becomes a cordless coffee grinder. And in 3, 2, 1, we're done. Now you've got freshly ground coffee. Check it out. Look at that.
Actually,
guys.
let me
Fresh
look
ground
at that
coffee
real
in the
quick.
middle of nowhere.
When is this
Now, that's
from?
pretty cool.
Isn't that fabulous? Now I'm gonna scoop.
This was uploaded 9 years ago, 2013.
About this swell.
Oh, there's no need for that, Berman. Why don't you try this? Why don't you just pour a little bit of that coffee into the tall bullet cup? To that, I'm just going to add a little bit of ice. Watch this. You ready? In goes a
Look at these battery
splash of
packs.
chocolate syrup. To that, I'm going to add a
This
little
must have been like
splash
either
of
right at the
wait till you see this.
right at the front
In
of
goes the cross
these
blade.
new lithium
Over to
batteries,
the
or like
bullet
right before they
base.
became a big thing. Because
And
these,
in
look at
1,
those things.
2, 3,
It's the magic
4,
boot.
5, 6, 7. In 8 seconds, look at that. You've got a delicious frozen mocha coffee drink. Look at that.
Yeah,
Just
there's
like
something.
The ones that you get at the fancy coffee shops.
There's something for everybody to remember. 2013 was a decade ago. You feel old now? I feel
And
old.
here you go, Dino. A piping hot Denver omelet. Look at that.
Omelet? That's not camping food. Flapjacks.
Oh my
That's a
God.
hearty breakfast.
Hazel,
It's Hazel.
when did you get here?
Did you just... Which...
Thanks for the socks, big boy. Move it, sweetheart. Oh,
Well, Hazel,
What
I
are
know
they
that you like
doing
your
in this
pancakes with banana
infomercial?
and pecans.
you remember?
And Tina, I know that you like your pancakes with fresh blueberries. So I went out this morning.
Hazel gets around.
Thank you.
Ready?
You know, you guys, it doesn't take any more time or trouble to make 2 or 3 different kinds of pancakes than it does to make one.
So that way, you see, everybody gets exactly what they want.
I tell you what, I've been trying to get
Wait a
Lily to
second.
make
How
these
much longer are these
those
things
blue
gonna last?
pancakes,
Well,
muffins,
I
really.
charged this long life
Where the
battery
blueberries
for
are
only
just-
2 hours the day before we came here. And we're going to
I've been
get
trying to
about
get her to make those
50
for a minute.
uses out of it before we need to charge it again. So it's easily going to last the whole weekend.
And even with this powerful battery attached, the Magic Bullet to Go is so compact that you can take it with you wherever you go.
That thing's
so now
massive.
you can do any job
Anywhere.
in 10 seconds or less.
So whether you're like us out here in the middle of nowhere, or whether you're at home in your own kitchen, this is really something you're going to use every single day of the week.
Come on. If you cook it all, this makes the worst job.
That lady's
a piece of
realistic.
cake. Like what?
Well,
She goes,
what's the
"Come on."
worst job in the kitchen?
And if you're
Garlic.
like Nick, almost everything
Stinky,
starts
nasty
with it.
garlic.
Chopping garlic.
Right.
Now, how would you know? She always makes me chop it. I hate it.
Well, Barney, it's not miserable anymore. Watch this. Just toss the garlic into the bullet, on goes the blade, over to the bullet base, and just press down for 1, 2, 3 seconds.
And in less time than it takes to get a cutting board and a knife,
Look at this.
you've got freshly chopped garlic. Isn't that perfect?
It is perfect.
I think
Look at
I'd
that, you
rather
guys.
have the
No
cutting
mess,
board and
no
the knife,
stink.
though.
Try doing that with a knife.
Like, if
That's
you're
actually pretty
camping.
cool. But what
I like to
about
keep it
onions?
simple if
because she makes me
camping.
chop those
No,
too.
rustic.
I think she just likes to see me cry.
Oh, well, let's see. I'm going to take a couple of these onions right here,
Some odd
twist
comedy
on
in
the
this.
blade, and
I love
let's
it.
see. We got 1, 2, 3 seconds, and look at that, you guys. Without any tears, perfectly chopped onion.
Now, you know what you do now, don't you?
That one I can
Over
understand.
to the saute pan. Just pop that in there. Look at that. Now, to that,
No
I'm
oil.
going to add some ground
Was there
beef.
oil in there? I don't see anything.
Then I'm going to add tomato sauce along with some beans. Then I'm going to add some more beans. And don't forget it, you know I like my food spicy.
Nick's ahead of
so
the
I'm just gonna
game,
put a
dude.
little bit of chili
He's got the
powder on
two
there as
hand.
well. And then we're going to mix
I wonder
it
if he's
all
got a
together.
tic-tac.
And I'm going to
TikTok,
let this
tic-tac.
cook for a couple of minutes. And real soon, we're going to have some of my famous 3-bean Texas chili prepared in less than 2 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
I just might use that every day.
For every meal. How about a quick lunch made from leftovers? I've got some barbecue chicken here from last night's supper.
And to that, I'm just going to add a little bit of onion, jalapeno, couple of pieces of cheese. On goes the crossblade. Don't forget, it just takes a second to put on. Over to the bullet
Just a
base.
second.
And in 1, 2, 3 seconds, I've chopped the chicken and I've grated the cheese. And now I'm just going to spread that between these 2 tortillas. Look at that. Look how great that looks.
And now, I'm just gonna top it off with another tortilla and then slip it on the grill here to cook for a few minutes. And while that is
Slip it on.
working, I'm gonna whip up a quick sandwich spread. Who likes egg salad? That's what I thought.
So I'm gonna be,
start with a couple hard-boiled eggs.
I'm gonna get started on the Destiny video as soon as this is over. Now's the time if you're gonna get some coffee or like a snack or something. Now's the time.
Add a squeeze of mayo, a squirt of mustard, and a couple onions, and a little bit of fresh ground pepper. Now, I'm gonna twist on the blade, and watch this, you guys. In 3 quick pulses. 1, 2, 3. I've chopped the eggs, diced the onions.
That's true.
and
I've never
mixed
met a
all the
white person who
ingredients
doesn't
together.
enjoy egg salad.
Voila, just like that. We've got a delicious egg salad sandwich, look at that, made from scratch in about 3 seconds. Right here.
That
in
said
the
it
middle
all.
Of nowhere.
And check this out, you guys, a piping hot
The
chicken
whitest guy there is
quesadilla
like-
made in just 3 seconds.
Now, don't be shy. There's enough for everybody. Come on, have a go.
Dig in, guys, dig in. Yeah, there we go, there you go.
Hey, wait till you taste this, because guess what, folks?
Hazel's still got a
Chili's
cigarette in her mouth
Oh, that
while
sounds
she's
good,
eating.
Mick. Now we're just gonna pour the chili onto these tortilla chips here. Look at that. Doesn't it look great?
I'm not done yet, though, because I'm just going to take a few pieces of cheese, toss them in the bullet, toss on the crossblade, over to the bullet base.
It's like
and
going
in
camping
1, 2,
with Pete from
3
the Goofy
seconds,
movie.
we've got freshly grated
Or Helga's
cheese. Now
dad
what
from
I'm going
Hey
to
Arnold.
do, I'm just going to pour it over the chili, and look at that. We've got chili nachos. Now, what about that for a delicious, fast and easy family meal?
But save room for dessert, guys.
Dessert? You're kidding. No. Watch this. I'm just going to take a little bit
This
of
guy.
cream from this morning's coffee. I'm going to add a couple of spoons full of chocolate syrup. And now I'm going to use the flat blade. Okay, that's the one that you use for whipping and
That's the
grinding.
whipping blade.
Give it a quick spin onto the bullet to go base and twist it on. Now, if you've got 6 seconds, then you've got plenty of time
Let's
to
see
whip
it.
up a delicious dessert.
Let's see it.
Hear that? That's the bullet to go telling you that dessert is done. And take a look at that. It's light.
Engine starts
It's
whirring like
fluffy,
it's just burning
it
itself out.
tastes
You hear that?
delicious,
That means
and
it's
you
done.
saw it made right in front of your eyes in 6 seconds.
So, Dina, why don't you go ahead and try that?
Wow. Who would have thought you could have moose in the woods?
Just think, in a matter of minutes,
Wow, that
we've
was not
made
funny.
breakfast, made 2 completely different types of pancakes, made a 3-second lunch, and look, made enough snacks here for the entire family.
And even a gourmet dessert.
All made in what, the last 10 minutes or so?
And all out here in the middle of the woods.
The Magic Bullet to Go really is the ultimate kitchen appliance that isn't stuck in the kitchen.
It looks
in fact,
so heavy.
It goes anywhere you go and will do any job anywhere. So now you can take it to the beach.
What if you could blend your favorite frozen beverage, ready to drink in just 7 seconds, out here in the middle of the lake? What if you could make fresh,
I can see it on a
delicious
boat.
salsa from
I can
scratch,
see it on a boat.
done in just 3 seconds at your favorite campsite in the middle of the woods? What if
Then
you
again,
could
a lot
create
of boats
healthy
have, like,
fresh
power
fruit
outlets.
smoothies for the kids, all in just 9 seconds, right here on the beach? Now you can, because the original Magic Bullet, the world's favorite kitchen appliance, has just gotten even better.
Yep,
We've
that's-
cut
yeah.
the cord, added a powerful battery pack.
The only
creating
dessert you
all-new
need while
Magic
camping
Bullet
is
to go.
s'mores. That is
the
a very-
one
yep.
and only completely
Shut the front
portable,
door.
cordless Magic Bullet that goes wherever you go. So now you can do any job in 10 seconds or less, anywhere. Whether you're right at home in your own backyard, tailgating at the local
Those kids
football
did
game,
not drink that.
or out in the middle of nowhere. Thanks to this long-lasting rechargeable battery-operated power base, the cordless Bullet to Go is free to go wherever you need it. So now you can do small everyday jobs like chopping garlic or onions without the sticky, smelly mess in just 3 seconds right at the barbecue. Or grind whole coffee beans, coarse or fine, in just 4 seconds for fresh ground coffee right at the campsite.
Is it
Each
just
charge
me?
of the Bullet to Go
Or is this
heavy-duty
like just
battery
relaxing?
lasts for 50 uses
This
or
is so
more.
nostalgic to
Enough
me.
for an entire weekend's worth of fun. Best of all, the power-based battery pack is completely rechargeable, so it's always ready when you need it.
I sure as hell
The
hope
Bullet to Go
so.
does any job in 10 seconds or less, wherever your party takes you. The complete 19-piece Magic Bullet to Go system includes 2 heavy-duty bullet cups. The regular size is perfect for turning fresh avocados, tomatoes, and onions into zesty guacamole in just 3 seconds. The large bullet cup is even more versatile. Just toss in fresh fruit, ice, a splash of juice, and the Magic Bullet to Go becomes a personal, portable smoothie machine.
You really don't need that
Pulverizing
ice
the
in there.
and giving you a delicious,
Some Greek
nutritious
yogurt.
smoothie in just 8 seconds right at the job site. Or add a scoop of protein powder for the most delicious meal replacement fat loss drink you've ever tasted. You also get 2 different multi-purpose blades. The flat blade whips to turn fresh cream into mountains of thick, delicious dessert topping. You also get the versatile cross blade, which chops, blends, mixes batters for pancakes and breads, and even grates cheeses hard or soft. Then twist on one of the 2
That's a bit of
specially
a-
designed
that's a
shaker
stretch.
tops. Take it straight to the table for fresh grated cheese on pasta. Next, replace the shaker top with one of the airtight resealable lids to keep leftovers fresh for days. You also get this travel-size 10-second recipes to go cookbook, including every one of the dozens and dozens of 10-second recipes featured on this show. And of course, the Magic Bullet to Go comes with this set of self-blending party mugs, turning the Magic Bullet to Go into the ultimate portable party machine. Now, making a different frozen cocktail for everybody is easy, so everyone gets their
I'm on the
favorite,
beach.
made and served right in the same mug, wherever
Right
your
on the
party
beach,
takes
boy.
you. And with these multicolored comfort rings that cover the threads, everyone knows which party mug is theirs. Because it's battery operated and completely cordless, the Bullet to Go is safe to use at the pool or on the boat. The Magic Bullet to Go is also ideal for the office, and it's the perfect addition to RVs, campers, and boats.
Yeah, an
So now you
RV,
can
that
do any
makes sense,
job in
but then
10
wouldn't
seconds
you
or
just
less,
want to plug it
anywhere.
in?
It's like getting a cordless blender, a cordless coffee grinder, a cordless mixer, a cordless smoothie machine, a cordless food processor, and more, all in one. The all-new Bullet to Go is not available in stores, but right now...
If you, okay, I gotta stop here just for a second because I just noticed something I think is funny. If you look at the base of this thing, and just sort of stare at it for a minute, just look at it, because I've been looking at it for a minute now, and all I can see now are the wrong shoes. Am I the only one? Am I the only one who sees the wrong shoes right there? Sorry.
During the special introductory TV offer, you can get the complete 19-piece original Magic Bullet to Go system, including party mugs, for just $59.99 or 3 easy payments of only $19.99. But don't call yet, because you must watch this. Everyone who calls in the next 18 minutes will get this amazing bonus,
Yes.
which turns your Bullet to Go into the full-size cordless Bullet to Go blender, with the same capacity as this big $100 blender. But that's not all. Call now and you'll also receive as a second amazing bonus this custom-made Bullet to Go travel bag, absolutely free. Specially designed to organize and protect your entire Bullet to Go system, it makes it easy to take your Bullet to Go wherever you go. A $50 value, call now and it's yours absolutely free. All you pay is shipping
I
and
would
handling.
so
It's like getting this $100
rep that bag.
blender plus the $50 Bullet to Go
I
travel
would
bag
wear. I
plus
would
the complete
that
Bullet
bag
to Go
around.
system, a nearly $250 value, all for only $59.99, or just 3 easy payments of only $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Call now for your original Magic Bullet to Go to do any job in 10 seconds or less, anywhere. Call or log on now to get the 19-piece Bullet to Go system for only $59.99 or 3 payments of only $19.99 plus shipping and handling. And if you call in the next 18 minutes, you'll get the Bullet to Go blender and the Bullet to Go travel bag, a combined $150 value, absolutely free. All you pay is shipping and handling. Best of all, you can try the
wanted
Bullet
to
to
zoom
Go
in on that
risk-free
power
for
base.
1 full month. If it doesn't do any job in 10 seconds or less, anywhere you want it to, simply return it for a full refund of the purchase price. So call or log on now.
I don't know if we can go with the Magic Bullet Part 3. I think I'm over the Magic Bullet for right now. All right. Lord. I think we've got the trickle in that we're going to get, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the new Destiny video. We're going to get into the tea. I hope you've got your drinks. I hope you've got your coffees and such. Because it's time. Let me just bring this up a little bit. Make it a little bigger. Now. Sorry, just got to rearrange a few things. I think we're good to go. Now, if anybody is unaware, this video is called Spilling the Truths of 2016, Part 1. And this is from Destiny's channel, Lightly Toasted. It just came out, I think, last night. I have not seen any of this. So, let's get started. Everybody ready? Here we go. Let me know if you can't hear anything like that. Urson 8.
Hey guys, so
Hey.
I just wanted to start out with a couple things real quick. Like maybe this might end up being a 2-part video because I don't want these videos to be like super long, and a lot of stuff happened in 2016. I didn't realize that it was that busy of a year, but a lot of stuff happened in 2016.
I do want to take a second and just sort of talk about the video I made the other day. People were saying like, well, why are you taking Destiny's side whenever Amber's so bad? And I just want to kind of throw this out there before we get started on this. I really was not trying to take Destiny's side in like any of this or Amber's side. I think all of this is kind of nonsense. Just a disclaimer. Throwing that out there.
So.
Oh, also, I mentioned that she was cheating on Amber with Pookie. I don't know if that was true. That was me. That was a mess up on my part. Sorry.
There's a couple things that I was going to clear up from the last video, or I guess just one thing, yeah. When I
Volume's
said
a little
Amber
low.
Lynn knew that I was secretly talking to my ex, she did not know that till me and Dana broke up. And that's because I had told Dana about it. And when we broke up, I don't know why, but she told Amber Lynn. And
Hang on.
I had every intention of telling Amber Lynn at some clear up from the last video. Or I guess just one thing, yeah.
Okay.
When I said Amber Lynn knew that I was secretly talking to
Pamela.
my ex, she did not know that till me and Dana broke up. And that's because I had told Dana about it. And when we broke up, I don't know why, but she told Amber Lynn. And I had every intention of telling Amber Lynn at some point. It was just like unnecessary drama after we broke up, clearly.
Well, that's for sure.
And It was the day before I went to come here. I was literally at the pharmacy getting the prescriptions I was getting, and she called me when I got in my car, and she just said it. She was like, you were talking to such and such the whole time that we were together. I was like, no, it wasn't the whole time we were together. And I said, obviously Dana told you that because she's the only person that knew. So clearly, that was that. And she denied it. She tried to say that Dana didn't tell her. I was like, well, I've only ever told Dana. And she just kind of tried to skip over it, trying to figure out what I was doing. And I just kind of tried to end the conversation. So,
well, hello,
she did
kiddos.
not know
I read
that
you.
whole time.
Good to see you.
So,
hope you'll be here for more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and we will get started with 2016.
The tea. Yeah, that.
All right.
There wasn't much there.
Starting in
really care about
January of 2016.
That we already knew.
We got Twinkie. That was like right off the bat one thing that we did. Twinkie.
It's the best thing that came out of the Amberverse.
Twinkie was my dog's puppy, and my godmom took her because she wanted a puppy, and then I think she was trying to either have another baby or was pregnant with my god sister. Maybe not, because we watched my god sister a lot that summer. So I think she was trying to have another baby, and she had so many animals that she had just taken in and was trying to downsize on her animals. So she was trying to find good homes, and she knew that we would take care of Twinkie. So
that's how I got my dog Sam.
Let's see. That also started our roommate drama, with our roommate moving out and moving in with her boyfriend, and her saying until we found another roommate, basically, that she would pay her part to try to be fair.
We could do something to help everyone out.
She ended up getting really ourselves. I wish I could complain about how much that rent to try to be fair, but she ended up getting really behind on it, so we just figured it out for ourselves. I wish I could complain about how much that rent was now. That was 6 years ago or something like that, so almost longer than that, like 7 years ago. But
She's
our
so
rent
slow.
included water, and that was it, and that was right at about $1,000. So, I mean, and we were at the assisted living facility, and I was making like $850 or $875, and she was making $825, so it was hard to live off that, but we did it. It was all good. Or actually, I made 9. That's what it was. I remember I think that year going into 2016, I got up to 9. We did get close to an eviction, trying to wait on our roommate to get her crap together, basically. And then we just ended up figuring it out and doing it. Amberlynn did manage our money very well. I really don't understand how we were able to do everything that we would do, like going out to eat so much, going to Walmart so much, and still being able to pay all of our bills without worrying about anything. But then I also think about, I didn't have a car payment. I don't have a car payment now, but I didn't have a car payment. I only had like insurance, and we had our phone bill, and then rent and water and lights. So
she was.
it was a
I'm
lot,
gonna
but
roll it back just
not
a
as much as
second.
I think I have now.
With the controls.
It was all good. Or actually, I made 9. That's what it was. I remember I think that year going into 2016, I got up to 9. We did get close to an eviction, trying to wait on our roommate to get her crap together, basically. And then we just ended up figuring it out and doing it. Amberlynn did manage our money very well. I really don't understand how we were able to do everything that we would do, like going out to eat so much, going to Walmart so much, and still being able to pay all of our bills without worrying about anything. But then I also think about, I didn't have a car payment. I don't have a car payment now, but I didn't have a car payment. I only had like insurance, and we had our phone bill, and then rent and water and lights. So it was a lot, but not as much as I think I have now. Then I know that she talked about me gaining weight at one point. First of all, when I was a freshman and sophomore in high school, I was like 100 pounds soaking wet. I was scrawny. It's hard to believe, for me at least. But I was a scrawny little thing. I had gained a little bit of like baby fat in the 8th grade, and then when I went into high school, we had this class where it was like the majority of it was running. Like you had to build yourself up to run for 20 minutes straight. And I dropped a bunch of weight. So into my freshman year, I was a little chubby. And then by the time I finished that class, I was like right at like between 98 and 100.
I think it's really interesting that she would say that Amberlynn was really good at managing their money. I don't know.
Pounds. And I was like, wow. So my junior year, which I'd always had an issue with my period, with the cramping and everything like that. my cramps were so bad that I would black out. I would throw up. I ended up getting a school excuse to miss 2 days out of the month, just so I could have those days for my period. Or most of the time I would just end up, if I got it at school, just end up going home, trying to deal with it. It usually only lasted a day for that hurting like that, and then I'd be fine.
Is there a reason?
But like I said, I would black out, I would puke, and I would know that I was getting it at school because I would start to either get nauseous or I would start to get really like kind of dizzy, lightheaded type thing. And all I had to do was text my dad and he'd have someone come get me because it was bad. So I think what got me to go get put on birth control, because I didn't think birth control would help, so I never thought, hey, I should try to go do that. I was hurting really bad one day, and I had taken some stuff, and I couldn't take no more, basically.
I feel like that's a really common thing for lesbians. I'm not trying to even be mean or judgmental. I feel like that's just a common thing for lesbians because they're just like, why would I need to take birth control?
And it was still hurting, so I liked to get in the shower and like sit and just let the water hit me, and it kind of helped a little bit. Well, I blacked out in there, and I don't know how long I was in there. Like, I don't remember it, but I remember like coming to, and my grandma was trying to come through the door because I guess I had been in there for so long. And I mean, the water was hot. I know that when I started that shower, and when I don't know how it didn't wake me up before, but it was ice cold. So I don't know really how long I was in there, but it freaked her out enough to where we made myself an appointment, and I got put on birth control. And that birth control made me put on weight like crazy. Like I went from, I know I was a 00 at one point or a 0, like I was in between those, and I went up to like I think a 6 or an 8. Like in a few months, and I just like put it on so fast, and that's when I quit. And then I've slowly just gained weight over the years more. Just I'm a really picky eater. I don't eat good things, but I'm not that concerned about all that right now.
All right,
we'll move on from that subject. I'm not a feeder. I don't know. I think she talked about that at one point, saying something about people were saying I was. I'm not. I get no satisfaction out of seeing someone eat. Amberlynn did have a very bad attitude, just in general.
I don't think that. I never thought that Destiny was a feeder. I think that if you're with Amberlynn or someone of that size, someone who has some sort of mental disorder that revolves around food, you're going to end up doing something like that, especially with Amberlynn. The way she was back then, like, you don't even have to be a feeder. Like, she's going to be like, hey, will you feed me this? Because I'm weird. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be the first channel. Ugh.
Just with anything, like if she wasn't kind of getting her way, if it just wasn't going the way she wanted to do it, like this was as long as I've known her, not just when we were together, and even after. So, Twinkie was overweight when we got her. She, my godmom had a bunch of dogs, and they just all ate out of the same bowl, I'm pretty sure. Like she just left food out all the time. So Twinkie, we put her on a diet, and she got to a healthy weight.
That's not good. Try your best not to do that. If you have pets, don't just leave food out all the time. It's not a good idea.
I let Amberlynn keep Twinkie, obviously, because she just was drawn to Amberlynn more. I didn't want to take her from her. And she also kept Wasabi and Rarity. Rarity, we had just got her around the time we broke up. And then Wasabi, you know, I don't know, like that. She always wanted a cat named Wasabi. Like, I just let her keep the animals because they were hers. Except for Jax. I did.
It's a type of control. Get your partner fatter as well as a brand of control that seems to fit Amber. Yeah. Can't minimize the importance of your caloric intake. Nope.
Once me and Dana actually like moved in together, I did take Jax with me, and he was there for a little while. He ended up being an outside cat there because he had never been outside like that in his life until like right before we got him, obviously, because my mom found him. And I kept him inside, and he got out that night. It scared me because I was like, he's never been outside, he doesn't know what to do. Well, he was gone for like an hour, and then he just scratched at the door and wanted in, and he just kind of became an indoor-outdoor cat and was doing really good for a little while. And then, I don't know how it happened, but Becky's mom ended up with him at some point. And then she wanted me to have him back because I think he kept going to the bathroom on her Boca mat or something. I don't know. I think she wanted him for like a barn cat or something. I don't remember what it was. But I got him back, and then when we moved to Florida, when me and Dana moved here, we had no one to keep our animals, obviously, and we couldn't bring them with us. It was really sad. But my mom took Jackson, and he was an indoor-outdoor cat there. And my mom just lived in the middle of the woods, basically, and he went outside one day, and then he just never came back. So we really don't know what happened to him. He could be at somebody's house. He could have got ran over. I really don't know. I was really sad about it, obviously, when my mom told me, but there wasn't a lot we could do about that.
Cat. He's a hunting cat.
Let's see. Amberlynn started Weight Watchers again in January. We started hanging out with. That's when we really started hanging out with Katie. She was 15 at the time, and that was our roommates that
you just do your thing.
Screwed us over. That was her little sister. Now I've known them pretty much my whole life. Like me and my roommate met each other in the 2nd grade, but we didn't become like BFFs or whatever till middle school. So me being in like 6th grade, Libby had to be like 1st, 2nd grade, something like that. And I've known them like my whole life, and I practically lived with them in high school.
Yeah, if we weren't on 1.5 times
I was still
speed,
having issues with the acid reflux.
God help us.
I had gone to the hospital again, and they tried to say that it was me eating a lot, like eating out a lot, and so I tried not to, but I mean we did a lot, so I couldn't really do too much about it. I just tried to take Tums as much as I could.
That's not good.
They gave me this nasty medicine to drink, and it literally like numbs you all the way down. I've had to drink that stuff a couple times. That's awful. It's literally like liquid toothpaste. It's gross.
That is not a good...
I guess she talks about me losing...
That's a bad solution. Change your diet. Whoa. She's like, they tried to say it was from eating out a lot. Like, it's not from eating out a lot. Like, that's exactly what acid reflux is caused by. Like, eating a lot of fast food and high sodium food. There's multiple things causing that, but, you know. Hey, Lewis. Good to see you. My boy. We're just getting started here. She really hasn't gotten into much. She's been dragging on.
The pigment in my skin at one point. I'm not going to show it to you right now, but it goes from my belly button to the middle of my back, just on this side of me. But it just loops around, and it's just a white,
Thanks, Mary.
pigmented part. You know, it's like whiter than my skin.
You have a good night.
And it doesn't tan or anything.
Or day. I'm not sure where you're at.
I was put in a hot tub when I was 6 months old, and I don't know, it just kind of happened. My mom took me to the doctor, and I mean, it was 1995, 96, and he said to put Selsun Blue on it, maybe it would bring it back, but I don't know if she actually tried that. But that's all I know is I was put in a hot tub, and after I got out of the hot tub, it was just, a mark was there, so I wasn't born with it.
Okay.
And we went to Walmart incredibly too much. I really don't understand why we went to Walmart so much. It's ridiculous. And then about me riding the carts in Walmart, I rode them when I was with her because she was embarrassed riding them by herself. So
let's get one thing clear. Stop. Let's make one thing perfectly clear about living in rural America, okay? Riding the carts at Walmart, getting on the wheelie carts, and driving the rascals around was something that every single person did at some point in their life. At least one time. Once. I did it. I did it once. Like, I can admit that. It was fun. I shouldn't have done it, but it was fun. I must have been like 16, something like that. But I just want to put that out there. Like, rural America is boring as hell sometimes when you're a teenager. Like, let us ride our rascals around Walmart.
she would make me ride one too to make her feel better. Then we get to February of 2016. She goes through a vegan phase. It didn't last very long, and towards the end of it, she was just eating
Love
Fritos
from
and Oreos
Argentina.
because technically they're vegan.
Hello, thank you very much for
I kept
being
going back
here.
and forth wanting my haircut. I know I did that.
Love
a
back
tornado
from
hit our
Kentucky.
apartment, and then a week later, well, the first one, it just missed our apartment. The second one is the one, like a week later, it really messed up our apartment. Let me see. That was when our apartment, that second one, that was when the, and then about me riding the carts in Walmart, I rode them when I was with her because very long, and towards the end of it, she was just eating Fritos and Oreos because technically they're vegan. I kept going back and forth wanting my haircut. I know I did that. A tornado hit our apartment, and then a week later, well, the first one, it just missed our apartment. The second one is the one, like a week later, it really messed up our apartment.
Tornadoes, yeah.
That was when our apartment, that second one, that was when the apartment got damaged. We didn't have power for almost 24 hours. And that...
Yeah, I remember when Amber was, like, all worried about the windstorms and stuff, and she was like, oh my god, I can't leave. And it's like, in Lexington, it's not like that, because there's a lot of hills here and a lot of buildings to break that up. But in rural Kentucky, some of the areas out there, in, like, it sucks. It can be so dangerous. Like,
that hadn't been when our apartment started to...
Actually, I'm not sure if they were in Kentucky.
It hadn't flooded in there
but
yet, but that had to have been how the leak was going to occur, is what I'm trying to say. We went on vacation with my mom around this time to a fancy hotel in Destin. And then we also were trying to thank...
I just noticed she's wearing a Pabst t-shirt. That's Southern as hell.
Of finding another place. Like, going ahead and just apartment searching, going ahead and get on the ball with it. Then we get into March. That's when we really started hanging out with Libby a lot. And that's also when we met Nick. I know you guys saw Nick in a couple of videos towards, like, the end.
Don't you come around my end of town. I'm a lesbian. I'm into Star Wars. I got my Pabst. You stay away.
Met him at a Chinese restaurant. He literally just came up to us, said, I have crippling anxiety. I try to beat it every day. Can I sit with you guys and just talk? And we ended up being at the Chinese restaurant for like a few hours just talking. And his parents were with him, and they left like 30 minutes after he came and sat with us. And I asked him where he lived, and I knew exactly where it was at. So I was like, I'll take you home. It's no big deal. Like, I wasn't worried
finally
about it.
finished his
He
coffee.
seemed all right. But we ended up...
Been working on that for like a half hour.
And I don't know how, but I guess Libby had her ukulele with her. Like, maybe we picked her up from her house, and then we went to Chinese food, because she lived where that Chinese food place was. So I guess that's how she had it. And then we ended up just sitting on the beach and listening to him sing and play the ukulele, and Libby trying to as well. This is also when we were really trying to look for another place. That's also when we started eating at that Chinese restaurant we met Nick at way too much. That's where we were going like every other day. And this is also when we decided to move to Kentucky with my mom. Now, I know
Nick
there was
was
a
the
couple of
creepy
things
guy.
with that, with why we moved to Kentucky. Essentially, it boiled down to I just wanted to be there. My dad is the one that raised me. I went to my mom's. Like, I only saw her 2.5 months.
Yeah, I thought that was a
out of the
one-time
year.
thing.
I saw
That
her
is
during the
weird.
summer, and then they took turns with Christmas. So sometimes I'd only see her 2 months out of the year. If I didn't see her for Christmas, if I saw her for Christmas, then I'd get 2 weeks with her then. So, and that was my choice. There was just a lot of stuff that happened when I was younger that I'm not going to get into right now that made me not want to live with her. And I had made a life living with my dad, so I didn't want to just up and move. But as an adult, I really wanted that time with my mom, and looking back at it now, I'm glad I did so.
The scooter thing. I always find it funny. She would complain about always working on her food, but weren't majority of her shifts 4 hours, according to the videos she posted with her schedule. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of feel for Amberlynn for that one. I kind of agree with Amberlynn that would be kind of rough. Like, me personally, I have a bone disease where it causes bone spurs around my joints, and working like more than a couple hours at a time, it starts like hurting like a lot, like stupidly a lot. And if it's like that for me with a bone disease, I imagine with her extra weight, like she is just not having a good time after 4 hours, you know? I'm not saying she's not embellishing her complaining, because she is. But I can see where she's coming from there.
We showed Nick singing a lot. Then we started packing as well, and that's also when the Lego collection started. It was literally just 2 of the multi-brick boxes. It was, like the big boxes. It wasn't like we were getting sets. And we just kind of had them all on the kitchen table a lot and just played with them. Yeehaw. My mom did have some health issues going on. I want to say she had a hernia. God, don't get me started on a hernia. But yeah,
What do you know about a hernia? What do you know?
I think she had a hernia and she was getting it fixed. So that's what that is. It was one of her health issues. I think she had a couple other things going on. I know she was trying to get pregnant at one point, and unfortunately she kept getting pregnant in her tubes, and that was going on. So she had some stuff going on. So she did have some issues. And also in April, I don't know if I already said we were in April, that was when we announced that we were going to move to Kentucky and where we would be staying. And that's also when we started hanging out with Libby a lot more. But no, I guess we already were. That's also around the time that my dog, Kona, who's in a couple of videos, that's when he passed. Libby's birthday was in this month, and she got her license and she got a car. Also at this point, Amberlynn only had 2,000 subscribers. So that tells you where she was at this point of the year. I think I wrote down a couple of more of these, like as she's announcing how many followers she has.
It's a cool place to be.
This is also around the time our room, it flooded.
Thank you all.
Now we did call
Thank you
maintenance,
all.
so it took them a couple days to come out, and they shot back and left that humidifier there. It did make a loud noise at one point, and we did tell them about it, and they said it would do that. But we would unplug it when we were sleeping because it was so loud. But pretty much every time it rained, they left the humidifier there. Every time it rained, they would just come and shot back it. They wouldn't try to figure out where the leak was coming from. They wouldn't try to fix it. Nothing. They just shot back, and eventually mold grew all in that room. And we had to move everything out of that room and into the living room so it didn't get ruined.
This is so much detail. That's kind of
This is also around the time
There's
our
so
boss
much
got
here.
a letter from a subscriber about about Amberlynn blogging at work.
Yeah, how
she
did
really
that-
did laugh. She thought it was hilarious. She didn't know that we had been doing YouTube or that Amberlynn.
I want to know how this affected Destiny. Okay. We have officially reached the first section of tea that I really care about. And that is the subscriber that called in to Amber and Destiny's work that complained to the manager. The Karen subscriber. Let's hear about that.
I've been doing it. And it cracked her up. She just said sometimes people have nothing better to do with their life and probably just wanted to see the reaction out of it. So this is also around the time that some subscribers started getting kind of creepy, started trying to figure out like exactly where we lived, stuff like that. My grandpa had a stroke around this time.
That's it? Come on! What? That's it? You just said she laughed about it. What about you? Did you talk to the manager? I have so many questions about that. Did you talk to the manager? Did the manager talk to you? Did you get in trouble? Did Amber get in trouble? Like, what did you think about that? Like, come on!
Time of the year. Visited him. He's fine now. It was a rough patch, but he's all good now. Let's see. We talked about Libby's age and the relationship we had with her. I know some people try to say that Amberlynn had a thing for Libby. She did not see Libby like that. They were just very close.
Yeah, this is a straight up message for Destiny at this point. Look, if this is all good, but there's a lot of extra detail here that's just unnecessary. We don't need to hear about your periods. Just saying. I mean, I don't care about that. Like, we don't need to hear about the items in your house that got moldy and how the landlords were vacuuming things instead of fixing things. Like, no one really cares about that. We want to hear about Amberlynn. We want to hear about the person who called the manager and how that affected you. Like, all the things that have to do with that. Like, this is a lot of extra stuff.
Amberlynn did get some kind of infection in her eye because she shared makeup with Libby. I guess that was important. It's in here. She was trying to pack up the apartment. Subscribers are getting super creepy.
This is getting me.
Me talking about traveling to Kentucky for the first time on my own. I had never driven even on the interstate when we were going to do that. And I was talking about how I was nervous. This is around the time we got our 3DS and 2DS. I don't really remember. It was kind of like a spur of the moment thing we got those. She started talking about her mukbangs. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. I don't know. It's said so many different ways. So
Nobody knows how to say that word right, apparently.
I guess we read you guys the email from the subscriber that was sent to our boss. Let's see. Amberlynn had talked about her younger brother, about when she saved him when he was getting choked. That really did happen. I don't know if there was like a conspiracy on that, but that did happen. That's also when we started taking Twinkie to work with us a lot. She just would
Destiny,
chill. And
how can you say that? Did that happen while you guys were together?
Let's see, I think this is there's a lot that happened in April, actually. This is also when we tried to say that we thought our lease was going to be up.
Well, L.A., if you make it to this section of the video, I see you're starting at the beginning, but if you make it to this section, hello! You have time warped. It's cool stuff.
I think it was May 7th. And we were going to just put everything in storage and stay with my grandma, but when we went to put in our notice, they tried to say that we had to have a 90-day notice. And I was kind of upset about that. So, I called my dad just because he knows a lot of stuff about that kind of stuff. So, I called him, talked to him about it. He came down there and he said, first of all, I've never heard of you having to really do a 90-day, notice that you're going to be moving out. Maybe 60, but it's usually like around 30. He was like, he did say it was our fault for not paying attention, but he also said it said in our lease that they were supposed to notify us when there was 90 days left. And they did not. So, it was also their fault. Our apartment flooded really bad at this point too, and we were talking to them right after this, and explaining that we didn't really need to be in that apartment, but we didn't have anywhere else to go, but there was mold growing all in that room, so we had to keep it closed off, and we were just worried about it just spreading to the whole place. And then the bra
out of
scandal.
sight, out of mind,
I don't
right?
think she even has these bras anymore, but the bras that you guys would always give her crap for wearing, she only had 2 of them. I don't remember how many she said she had, but she had 2 of the same exact bra, because it was the only one that she liked and it fit her, whatever it was. She had them for a long time.
That's kind of tea right there. I'm pretty sure Amberlynn said that she had a bunch of those bras, and people were getting on her about only having like one bra, right? 2's not that much better.
Rough at this point, just because we had to live out of the living room. Let's see. This is also towards the end of April is when she really started to do a lot of the mukbang videos. Amberlynn really did go to college when she lived in Arizona. I'm not going to get too much into detail with it, but she did have student loans. When she started working with me, about 2 or 3 months after she started working, they started to garnish her wages for it. So she ended up calling them and setting up a payment plan with them. Let's see. This is when I got the pet tree frog. I think his name was Free. I talked about how I wanted a Pac-Man frog. Man, I still want a Pac-Man frog, but it's a lot of effort, and not saying that I wouldn't want to do it, but I don't know. I've never just done it. It's just a lot of work. With that frog, keeping it.
You can get away with having 2 bras. Let's be honest here. I mean, yeah, of course. But was Amber? Gingerbread Girl says, yeah, wash one, wear one. Wash one, wear one. Yes, yeah. But was Amber doing that?
We argued about that for me keeping it, which was kind of on my end of my fault. I shouldn't have tried to keep a tree frog from outside. Like, I didn't really, like I was just saying with the Pac-Man frog. It's a lot of work, it's this, that, and the other. So, we argued about it a lot, though, and then she finally just let me do it, and then we ended up letting him go, so. You see me go to my first gynecologist appointment, and I explained my cramping and cysts and stuff. Then got an x-ray and an ultrasound. That ultrasound, when you think of an ultrasound at a gynecologist, you think of one on your belly, or on your uterus. No, it was I don't know how to say it, in utero one, and that hurt. Especially because she kept shoving it to this is my left. She kept shoving it to the left side, saying that she couldn't find my left fallopian tube. I don't know. It really hurt, and she ended up finding it and stopping. This is when she talks about living in Oklahoma. She did live with her aunt at first, and her mom, and then they moved in with her grandma. Her mom did. She went to visit the person she was with at the time in Arizona. She was only supposed to be there a month, ended up living there because her grandma said she couldn't come back. Like I said, I'm not going to try and get into that much. I don't know.
Sorry, that freaked me out a little bit. The whole medical stuff where makes me woozy, straight up.
That much on that kind of stuff, like the whole scandal with the person that lived in Arizona and her. I don't know. I only know what she told you guys because that's what she told me. So I'm not going to get into that. Let's see. I think this is what Amberlynn had talked about. I think someone asked her about who she would want to propose, like if she wanted to or if I wanted to, and she was saying hopefully I would want to. I never proposed to her because we literally fought so much, and I wasn't sure if we would ever truly be happy together. Like, because there was just so much fighting and tension, obviously off camera. We'd have good times, but the bad times were starting to outweigh the good times.
Yeah, that's generally a signifier.
This is also around the time we started having some drama with her aunt. Her aunt essentially just became very upset with her and blocked her on everything because she was never sticking to any diets, and she was constantly, basically self-destructing herself. She was constantly, and I mean, she's still obviously dealing with that now. So, I don't know how her and her aunt's relationship is now, but it is what it is. We were trying to spend time with Libby and Nick. Nick and I still kept in touch.
Been on YouTube and been
once we moved away.
Don't listen to her.
And at one point, I want to say it was after me and Amberlynn had broke up, but he had moved to Indiana, and I think we were trying to meet up at one point, but I'm not sure, like if he was saying he was going to, and then we ended up not. I don't know. But I actually just talked to him the other day about some stuff. So, I think he lives in Ohio now, actually.
All right.
This is also when we started to train our replacements for our job.
Caught him.
I said, I swear.
Do you see that? There's been one fly buzzing around here. I got him. Bastard.
We went to Walmart more, or we spent more time at Walmart than we spent at home. This is also when she started making her soup, chili, everything in a pot, goulash stuff. I did not ever really try these. That was gross. And this is also, we found out what prison her mom had went to, and she started, trying to get a hold of her, all that. Leaving our jobs was really sad. That was my first job I ever had. It really did stink. I loved that job.
Yep.
I'm definitely not in the career to be taking care of people anymore. I mean, that was my first job, and I kept doing that kind of job, and, you just get burned out on that kind of stuff.
Man, she seems really sad about that. Fun fact, I was let go from my first job. Not fired. Let's get that straight. I was literally let go along with about 1,600 other employees or something like that whenever the entire franchise closed in town. I was like 16, and that was my first job, and I really liked it. It sucked.
Um,
It was an ice
Amberlyn
cream
talked
shop.
about being nervous about living with my mom because she liked living on her own, didn't want to be under someone else's rules, wanted to do what she wanted to do. That comes to a head at one point. This is also when, I don't know why, but she was trying to eat less meat. We were getting ready for my mom and stepdad and a lot of my family to come down because my sister was graduating and we were getting the U-Haul and getting everything ready to move. We stayed at a beach house for about 4 days. When it came to the U-Haul, we were worried about it, you know, paying for it, because that's when...
Everything good? Okay. Okay. Lily took a minute to come around the corner and she was just like, the birdie is in the nest.
U-Hauls were expensive. When I had to get one when we moved to Kentucky the second time, it was only like a couple $100s. But the U-Haul, when we got this one, we even got a budget truck trying to make it cheaper. It was still so much. Her foster mom, the last foster mom she had before she turned 18, she was with for a long time, she ended up helping us with that. So there was that.
In case you all are wondering, Lily is probably going to be starting a channel at some point.
Libby and my cousin Tyler, they hit it off kind of good. You know, they liked each other, whatever. For
Not
a while.
me.
I don't think they ever
Not
worked together or anything. But my cousin obviously went back with us when we went to Kentucky, and he joined the Marines. But he did say that he tried to keep in touch with her. Let's see. And then we go to June. I drove to Kentucky. The drive was pretty. It was okay. The only thing that sucked is my car at the time didn't have cruise control, so that sucked. So it was just a matter of holding down the gas for so long, and my foot was getting tired. But that's about it. And Wasabi was kind of irritated, but it was okay. I got very emotional when we went to leave as well, like before we went on the big drive. I thought I was fine until literally we were trying to walk out the door, which we left kind of late. We didn't leave early in the morning like I wanted to, but it was fine. When we were trying to go out the door, my sister just started, bawling, crying, and that made me cry, made my grandma cry, made all of us just be in one pile crying, so there was that. Then also on the drive, I felt like I could barely keep up with my mom in that minivan she was driving. It was getting ridiculous. But we got there. When we got to my mom lives literally in a mountain. There's no service, no cell phone service, and it's 30 minutes to go anywhere. It's awful.
Okay, in case you're wondering, we are like 3/4 of the way through the Destiny video. It's been a minute. Dragging on.
And trying to move everything in. I think Amberlyn her foot was swollen at one point. I don't think she actually hurt it. I think she said she did, but I know she had like plantar fasciitis. She never remembered the second word to that.
We're going to take a second to just talk about the plantar fasciitis. What did she just say? I've got plantar fasciitis. I'm going to need to just roll that back. I'm sorry.
I don't think she actually heard it. I think she said she did, but I know she had like plantar fasciitis. She never remembered the second word to that. So, I don't remember what is the actual thing for that, but she called it heel spur. It was not what it was. I think that her foot was swollen from the altitude of driving, because we had to drive up a mountain in Tennessee, come back down, and then come back up the mountain. So I think that that's what made her swell. But she did fall at one point. I think that's when she really hurt her foot, but this was before she had fallen. So we had to put most of our big furniture into storage, except for our bed. That was the only thing that we got to put in our room because we needed that, obviously. We had an appointment with her first weight loss program that she wanted to go to. It was called Ageless Weight Loss. My stepdad's one of his very good friends had done that, and he lost so much weight on it, and it was a really good little thing. But I know that we said we could afford the payments when the lady told us the payment every month, but at the end of it, she said the down payment had to be like, I think it was $2,000. So then we told her that we would think about it, and I think we were thinking about saving up for it. But then on the way back from that appointment, my mom talked about this other weight loss program, so I think we just went ahead and tried that instead. Amberlyn also had some doubts because she felt like the calorie intake that they were giving for that there just wasn't enough.
Of course.
The stairs at my mom's house are super sketchy. My stepdad's dad, so my step-grandpa, built that house. It was his granny's house, and that was just the front of the house, like the bathroom and the kitchen. That was like the whole house. And they built the back of it, so the stairs, the living room, and that bedroom downstairs. So the stairs, I don't know if he just didn't measure right or...
Hold my Pabst. I got plantar fasciitis. I also got diabetes. My bones are freaking out. I got bonitis.
what, but it was literally like going up a ladder.
I could go on.
And then another thing with being at my mom had it wasn't a clawfoot bathtub, but it wasn't like a normal bathtub. I don't know how to explain it. You see it in the videos a lot. Amber Lynn did not shower the whole time we were at my mom's. She did not like the bathtub. She refused to even try to get in. I think she was having a hard time getting her leg over it. It was the thing, it is pretty high at sides. And she just basically, whore bathed. She just, she washed her hair. I'd help her wash her hair over the shower. And she just kind of washed with washcloths and wore plenty of deodorant. That's what she did. I said, Amber Lynn wants to go to the hospital over any and every little thing.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I knew that one was coming. Let's hear that again.
She just, she washed her hair. I'd help her wash her hair. Awful. And then another thing with being at my mom's, my mom had it wasn't a clawfoot bathtub, but it wasn't like a normal bathtub. I don't know how to explain it. You see it in the videos a lot. Amber Lynn did not shower the whole time we were at my mom's.
So that's 2.5 months. That's what Ursinate says. 2.5 months of no showering. God bless. I am a small person. I'm a pretty small guy. I can get away with not showering for a day, maybe 2, but I start feeling it. In 2.5 months, when you're Amber Lynn, damn. This is a bad one. Amber's gonna be mad about this. She's gonna be mad. Yeah. Bet those washcloths could stand up on their own after that. No. Wow, that's absolutely disgusting.
She did not like the bathtub. She refused to even try to get in. I think she was having a hard time getting her leg over it. It was the thing, it is pretty high at sides. And she just basically,
That sounds like some bullshit.
She just, she washed her hair. I'd help her wash her hair over the shower. And she just kind of washed with washcloths and wore plenty of deodorant. That's what she did. I said, Amber Lynn wants to go to the hospital over any and every little thing. I don't know. It could just be anything. And she'd be like, I think I need to go to the hospital. And she was kind of becoming a hypochondriac, and I had to just be like, stop.
Yeah. I've mentioned that in my songs before. There's another fly around here. Maybe I missed that one. Damn it. Yeah, I've talked about that in my songs. She is a hypochondriac, like big time. And wow, this is revealing. Of course, we have to take everything that Destiny has to say with a grain of salt. Also, the other day, whenever I said Destiny is like a known liar, I wasn't saying like, oh, she's lied about a bunch of stuff. Like, when I say that, I mean that she is an admitted cheater. She's an admitted cheater in a relationship, which kind of inherently makes you have to lie. So that's what I meant by that. But let's keep going.
So this video is starting to get long, so I'll probably finish.
Starting to get long.
Gosh, there's so much. There's only a couple more pages left for June, so I'll finish up June, and then I'll probably make a part 2.
This video could have literally been divided into 10-minute sections, and you could have done like 2 weeks worth of videos. This is so much. And there's a lot of extra details here. Yeah. 500 pounds, hot, humid Kentucky weather, no air conditioning, and a house full of dogs. Whoa. Yeah, if you know anything about Kentucky, it gets really humid here. There are some people I've known here who moved here from like out west where it gets like even hotter, and they don't like the weather here. They like the weather here less because they're like, it's actually easier to deal with the dry heat than it is to deal with the humid heat. I've never been over in like to California, the western part of the U.S., but I imagine that's probably a thing. Like, humidity sucks.
We started to watch my god sister a lot. That's who the little girl is in a lot of the videos. Then we went to the next weight loss place with it was weight loss pills. It was phentermine. We both did this. Let me tell you, that stuff works. It's probably a little dangerous, but it does work. I remember the first day I took it, I took a whole one. I should not have.
Destiny, you probably don't need, like, any of this stuff. You don't... For Amber, I can understand, like, she tries to figure out, like, medical solutions because she has medical problems. Destiny doesn't really have the same kinds of problems. Like, everybody has some problems, but Destiny's, like, not that... She doesn't need that. Like, she just needs to go and work out and, like, be on an actual diet. She's weird.
But I took a whole one because I wanted to make sure it worked. And, I mean, I have ADD. I don't have ADHD. I have ADD. And usually that
Pretty
kind of
sure
stuff...
we're in the same boat
there. Nothing makes me, like, hyper. You know, like, I don't know. And I literally, like, unpacked 98% of our room the day I took that whole one. And I didn't realize how many hours had gone by, and I hadn't eaten anything. Like, I don't know. It was crazy. It was a crazy day.
Yeah, you ever
taken an hour? It gave me so much
Adderall?
energy, and I had no appetite, and I had to literally make myself eat. So it did work. Amber Lynn only took it, I think, for a couple days. It gave her, like, opposite symptoms that she was supposed to have. It made her sleepy. She didn't have any energy with it, and then she was also worried about her blood pressure, so that's why she stopped. At one point, she talks about how she's not going to ride the scooters anymore, that she needs to stop, even though she was complaining about her foot hurting. She was just too embarrassed to ride them in front of my family. My brother, we started hanging out with him a lot. We started planning.
Hang on a second. Too embarrassed to ride the scooters in front of Destiny's family, but not too embarrassed to post it online for thousands of people to see? Huh?
My 21st birthday cake smash photo shoot thing, we found someone had posted that they had done it on Facebook, and it was like, you know, a gone viral thing, and I just thought that was so cool. My mom was like, we should definitely do that.
If you haven't seen, Alex's Shook had a rendition of the Destiny 21st birthday photo shoot, and that was when I subscribed to Alex's Shook. It was that moment where I was like, yep, I'd like to see more from this man.
This is also around the time my mom and Amber Lynn started getting into a lot of spats about stuff. They started arguing quite a bit. Amber Lynn's she's very set in her way or no way kind of deal. I don't know. That's just she doesn't care.
My way or the highway.
She disrespects you, basically. Like,
we're going with the Denny's.
Have respect. Like, we were at my mom's house living with her, and she still was, you know, like, I don't know, if it had been the other way around, I was not going to try to argue with her mom, you know, like, it was like a respecting your elders kind of thing. Even though you're not a child, you should still respect your elders.
Unless your elder's a piece of shit.
And my mom was also very stubborn and very argumentative as well, so it was a lot. Going back and watching these videos, which I just watched, like, I don't know what you would call it, but, I didn't watch each individual video. I watched, like, completions, I don't know what word.
Completions? Completions? I would watch the completions, you know. I'm gonna use 6 bacons here and hit like, y'all. I'd like to thank everyone for being with me on this video, on this live stream. We're not done yet. We're almost done, but I'd like to take this time to say hit like. Thank you for being here. I love you all. We're gonna keep going. I love you.
You would call that, but where they're all together. I don't remember the name exactly of the one I was watching, but it's in my library, and I will tag them in the bottom. But I watched the same one for the most part, just trying to go back and relive some of this. But watching these videos really made me miss my mom. I really wish Alexis could have met my mom. I don't know, my mom just would have loved her. We took my mom to the Cheesecake Factory. We were all excited about the cheesecake. That was when the Cheesecake Factory obsession began, you know, like, we were just going so much. At this point, she had 5,000 subscribers.
More than me right now?
I don't know if I've already said this, maybe it was in the previous video. I never watched her videos when we were together, or even after we broke up. I just didn't, you know, like, when we were together, obviously, I was living the video. So, you know, I didn't think to go back and watch her stuff, so some of the stuff that she would lie about, that she admitted to, whatever, that I'm letting out, I didn't know that was going on. I didn't know what she was telling you guys. Ignore my dogs. They want to come in here, and they're running around.
So for the most part, what I'm gathering from Destiny, my first video I was kind of like, I don't really trust this girl. But let's be honest, there's a first impression, and it was not a great first impression to be like, yeah, I cheated on her. Like, okay, I don't like you. Sorry. However, I can see the Destiny has changed since the videos of the, the Destiny era, as it's called. And, well, I'm gonna go out on a ledge here. I'm gonna go out on a ledge here. We're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. We'll see what happens.
Amberlynn wanted me to be super involved in the vlogs, but I was either really busy or just awkward. When she started doing the mukbangs...
Let me tell you right now, Destiny, when you do the vlogs, you're the not awkward one. You're actually not awkward. Amberlynn, she thinks that she's really good at doing this. She's very cringy. It's very cringe. And when you got on there, it actually wasn't terrible. And I think a lot of people agree with that. You just keep doing this. You have a thing here. Just try and spread this out. Do your thing. Poppy B with the $5 super chat. Buy the T-Rex a beer from me. Aw. Thank you very much. I will. Got my raptor claw here. Here's my honorary raptor claw. Thank you. It helps.
When my mom was around, my mom really just didn't understand it, and I think they got into spats about it sometimes. So I think that's why she ended up only doing it basically when she was home alone, or if it was just me and her or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see.
I noticed
it better
a lot
be a
too
patch.
that in her mukbangs will be like, well, I don't really like this that much, but then continues to eat it anyway and eat like a lot of it. Like I'm like, if you don't like it, I don't know about you, but when I don't like something, I'm not gonna touch it again. I'm not even gonna attempt to be like, well, it's food. No.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to see how Destiny continues this. I'd like to see more from Destiny because this is some of the best entertainment from the Amberverse we've had in a while.
He only weighed 480 pounds at this point. That Mexican restaurant that we went to a lot around this time, it was called El Cazador. It ended up burning down a couple of years ago, and it was very sad. We started job searching at this point.
Lame.
And this is also when we got Jax. My mom found him. He was dumped on the side of the interstate, and my mom, there was like a divot on this highway interstate thing that her and my godmom would always take their lunch break at, because they cleaned houses. They would take their lunch break right there, and they could hear him meowing over there, eating, and their music going on the radio, and they found him, and she brought him back to us. Let's see. She says at some point that we're going to take the cats to the vet, and that we'd taken Wasabi to the vet. I never took these cats to the vet. Wasabi came with his shots, and with Jax, I think once he was with me and Dana, I went to the feed store and got his shots and just did them myself. Because you could do that. You can still do that, I'm pretty sure. You can get your shots at Tractor Supply if you need to. Yeah. We did end up taking them to the vet. It was after me and her broke up, because I remember me and Dana were together when we did it. So the whole time we were together, we did not go to the vet. I know she said that we did, and I didn't realize she was telling people that. So then I also noticed that Amberlynn said something about being scared to be at the movie theater a lot. We went to the movie theater so much, it was getting ridiculous. Let's see.
Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure Amberlynn was talking about since the pandemic. But also, to be fair, none of what Amberlynn has said about that has made any sense, because she goes to the store without a mask on and touches everything, and she doesn't make any sense. I don't know what she's talking about.
Oh, this is still taking so long. Okay, we've not got too much left. We went to a party at my mom's friend's house. We were there. It was going to be kind of late there, and we ended up kind of like leaving abruptly because the girl's house that we were at, it was actually her husband. It caused a lot of stuff. He kept being super rude to Amberlynn. Like, he was saying some just vulgar stuff to her about her weight and stuff. And then he started hitting on her and saying that he wanted to, I'm not going to say this word on YouTube, but he wanted to have sexual relations with her, I guess, is what you want to say. He kept saying it. We ended up leaving. It was a big thing, and it wasn't okay. It was a lot of drama. You guys
well, I'm not going to lie. I totally believe that. They're some creepy-ass people.
Saying that she had diabetic sores. I don't know. They were mosquito bites. I have scars all over my legs from mosquito bites. We started hanging out with my cousin Cameron a lot. Cameron, he's probably the same height as me, if not a little bit taller now. He was kind of short in the videos. We got hired for the job that we were going to be having, but we couldn't start. They said the soonest would have been August, but we didn't know what time in August. So I start to eat a lot of cream cheese and cucumber sandwiches that Amberlynn starts talking about. I tried them at a baby shower once, and I loved them. So I just, you know, it is what it is. Okay, this is the last bit of June, and I'm going to stop because this video is going to be like 50 minutes long.
Let's hear it.
Amberlynn didn't want to get a real job. She only wanted to do YouTube. I don't know, we just kind of went back and forth on it a lot, but then she really ended up liking the job that we were going to have, so she ended up taking it, obviously. We tried to get her a medical card for Kentucky at one point because she was having some health concerns, but you had to have a job. You have to have a job to get a medical card. You can't just get it, and you have to have proof of income. So, and we didn't have a job yet, so it was what it was. She started talking about ASMR a lot at this point, and ASMR freaks me out. I do not like it. It overwhelms the crap out of me.
Amberlynn ASMR channel. Ugh.
You also see her vlogging in the car a lot without me being in there. It's because we would go to, it didn't matter if it was Walmart, whatever store we were at. When we were done shopping and we were deciding to leave, it was me at the checkout with everything and her going to the car and sitting and waiting. That's just how it was. So that is January to June. So I'll do July to December, obviously, in the next one, but this video is going to be really long. So, all right, I'll see you guys in part 2.
Okay. Damn, that was long. Oh, there was... Oh, cut all that out. Cut, like, half that out. Well, I guess that's it for that one, guys. That was not too bad. You know. There's a lot to dissect there, and I might have to take some notes and do a full-fledged video on this. But that's Jesus. But that's gonna have to come a little bit later. Now, I've been streaming for 1 hour and 16 minutes. That is a long time. For me, that is, especially when I've got family. So I need to kind of get off here and go deal with some stuff. Probably make some food. But that was weird. What do you guys think about that? Do you think Destiny is making all this crap up? I don't think it's possible for her to be making some of this up. But some of it, it's just, I don't know. There's still part of me that kind of is like, I don't know if I trust Destiny. But there's another part of me that's like, this is crazy. Yeah, how can you make this up, you know? So, we're just going to have to see what happens with Destiny from here on out. Now, if you weren't aware, we have been in the Amberverse, and I'm going to go ahead and teleport us out of it. I'd like to thank everyone for watching this special live stream of You Guys Have to Realize, and remind everyone that these videos are put up for entertainment purposes only. Please do not send any hateful or disparaging remarks to myself or anyone mentioned in the videos. It's so hard to leave. It's so hard to say goodbye. Alright, I gotta go, guys. Thanks very much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one.